Hey guys, morning to you. It's Steve Donahoe from DCS Sales Marketing, and this is the new actually live at this period of time. And what we want to show you is when we go live, nearly every day you're going to see the actual shares that are in the green that we have that are making profit. And we can normally show this every day that these shares are making profit. Some are making less and some are making more. It depends on the run of the day and how the surge is going on some of these actual shares. And what we are showing is that we have a portfolio that is down considerably, us personally, but it is showing that those shares are starting to come back up. Now, even though we're not making a great deal on it and getting ourselves in profit in the green on our overall actual portfolio, they are showing as profit. So that means if you continue to watch our live and you look at these shares at this particular time, they are the ones in profit at this particular time. Like TRKA right now, if you look on the very top, at the moment is at 4.42% since the opening. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but you can get that only amount of 5% or so from the bank per annum. You've just collected 5% profit on a share within the period of opening of an hour and 40 minutes from opening or pre-opening. Now, when the time comes, the stock exchange hasn't actually opened itself yet till 9:30, but this is pre-market value. And using actually this Webull platform that we use, you can actually trade pre-market at 4 in the morning, and you can see what's happening, and you can actually pre-trade at that time, and you can even trade up to 9 o'clock at night when the actual stock exchange itself closes at 4:30. So this is a little bit of a bonus if you can get in the Webull. It'll actually allow you to trade at an earlier time, and you can see what's happening in the actual market before it actually opens. And that's what's good about it. And you can actually see pre-market prices, and you could sell that at pre-market prices, or you can get in and buy at a certain time and on the actual buy-in. And if you buy at that price, you can actually get in. So that's what I like is the power of this. But what we're basically doing is we're running this live, and this will be continuing to be run as a live. This at the moment is going to go back to an actual playback, but you will see on the actual channel that there is a live running, and we give you an up to date on what's happening on our portfolio. And if you look at some of these actual shares that we are in right now, they're in profit. You've got a good chance to be able to get in to make some money. As what we are losing on it, you can gain on it. So this is what we're trying to show. But what we're asking you to do is to join with us to the Webull platform. Now, if you say invest maybe $100, they actually give you fractional shares, 12 free fractional shares that almost is great value that you actually get with it. And you can continue to watch that, and probably, possibly, depending on what type of shares that they give you, is that will build itself up and give you an actual investment back. But the thing is that the investment is still there. You didn't buy those fractional shares, okay? They gave them to you, and you still have $100 in your portfolio to be able to spread it out and buy other shares. And not every share is fractional that you can buy on here, but there are some fractional ones, which means that you can buy a piece of a share. In other words, if it's $100 a share, you can buy a piece of it. And say you want to buy, just 10% of that share, you can spend $10 and get 10% of that share. And that's what fractional shares are. So with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this running. This is going to be just the information. We're asking you right now, if you look below in this description, there's a referral link. If you click on that, join Webull, It's a great platform, it really is, and it can show you all your losses, the top gainers, the worst gainers, and everything like that. It gives you a lot of actually tools to be able to, even as a beginner, to be able to get in and actually start making money. Okay, uh, don't do the things that I did at the start. Is try to get into the IPOs, which are public offerings that they have just opened up to the public. They can be very, very profitable at one stage, but they can also lose very quickly as well. And that's what happened to us. We actually did that, and we went crazy in buying these IPOs, and they actually went belly up. Not belly up, but they went down, and now we're waiting to get it up. But there's one thing that you've got to understand, that when you actually are doing trading, you what you call average down. Now, do not get discouraged if an actual share goes down, because if it goes down, then it goes down in value and you can buy it cheaper for when it does go back up and make more profit on it. And that's what we've done. The ones that we're relying on right now, and they're actually not even on the top list right now because they haven't run. But what you'll see is on our live, you'll see it fluctuate. You can see the top right now, ATXI has just gone up, and it's actually just beat the one that was up there previously, which has actually gone down now because it just lost. So ATXI has just come up now, and it's the one that's showing more profit than any of the others. And you'll see that happening on our live and continue to happen. So if you look at it and say, well, BRDS number one is what we are really banking on, and it's only up 0.5, 0.2% today, but we're banking on that thing to be able to take off. And there's a few of them there that we bank on, which is you'll see in the bottom there, birds. It's right on the very bottom. Watch that one, BRDS. Watch it rise. It's going to do a surge sooner or later, and we have a lot invested in it and hoping it actually is going to take off. But in the long run, we just continue to buy those shares because we believe it is eventually going to take off. Now, there's a couple others that I want to just show before we go off this live, and the ones that we bank on. And again, our disclaimer is we can't guarantee that you're going to make money on it, but we're losing on them, but we're waiting for the gainer to come. But if you had to get in now, then you actually are going to gain on our losses that at this particular time, they're going up. And we're getting some of our actually investment back because of it. But if you actually got in, you would actually be starting to make profit. And the ones that we want to show, again, these are the ones we're looking at. KAL just did a reverse split. And what that meant was we had like 550 shares of it, but they did a 1 for 100. So now that is actually gone down, but the share price has actually gone up. So it's up to $8.13 for the share right now. Okay, so it's minus 17% right now. That's one we're going to rely on, KAL. AVCT is another one we're really pushing hard, is AVCT. We believe that one's going to soar sooner or later, and we're down 2.7% on that for the day. HKD is the one we're looking at. This is the one we're banking on. This one here started off a few years back at $2,500 a share. It drastically reduced and came down to $80 a share, and we purchased two. We purchased two shares in that, and it went right down to $25. If you have a look here, and we bought in at $25. It actually went down now to $13. So from our two shares, we have now like 40 shares of that. But if that's 40 shares can go back to the 25 margin, will break even, and anything after $25 we'll actually make profit on. But we're going to average down further to try to bring that $25 down even further. So right now it's $12.80 a share. If we purchase, like, say, 20 of those, that average will probably drop down to maybe $20. So then we have more of a chance, if it actually starts going up to that area of $20, then we will average out and start breaking even on that. But we're watching to see how that's going. If it's going to go down even further, when it gets down to $10, we're going to push into it again. and we're going to invest in it again. Again, can I guarantee you that these are going to take off? It's a gamble, guys. All right. So that's what you got to do. You diversify and don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need to buy other shares that will offset the losses from the other. That's what I've been learned in my goals. I have a stash account which is in the profit. It's long term. This Webull is a buy and sell that you can literally buy and sell as long as you have enough in your buying power. So what I mean by buying power is, and I want to be transparent to you to show you that I'm losing, and we're going to go and just show you exactly how much I'm losing on this portfolio. So we're going to scroll down just to give you an idea here. What we lose on, you can gain on, because we're showing you the profits of the day, what it's coming back on. And this is what we're showing. If you could get in when it's making that profit, you can actually make a profit. You won't lose a great deal with what we're losing. So let me just show you here the actual balance of our portfolio. So the balance of our portfolio is $3,231. And right today, at this very day, we're losing. And this is only 0.82%. That can change very quickly and go into a positive for us. But we're losing $26.79 for the day right now. Sometimes that can drastically go to minus 200 for the day. But we're overly losing $2,190 on our portfolio, if you can see that in the red. Everything in the red means you're in a negative, okay? Now, why are we doing this? Because we want to show if a portfolio can actually bring itself back. Can we get out of the red and back into the green? And we want to see by using some of these actual shares that are manipulated shares and see if they actually come back. Whether they're legitimate shares or they are manipulated ones with a dark pool that are continually going down and getting shorted, what you call getting shorted, that people buy from others when they're low and they expect it to go lower, 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 and then they sell them to other people lower so they can buy them when they're low to make money when they go up. But as long as they continue to keep going, the shorters actually make a killing out of it. But when they start going up, then it's when they start losing. But I'm not a shorter. I'm an investor, and I don't. I only sell when I'm making a profit, and I only buy when it's low. So that's what I do. Okay, and that's how I work it. And this portfolio itself, we bit off more than we could chew at the start, but now we're going to show if we can actually get in front, how long it's going to take before we get back in front on it. So this is what it's all about. All right. So when you actually see the live, you're going to see not what we're actually making here, but we're showing you the actual profit of the day of what the actual shares that we have are making for the day, which will be in the green here. So you could get into those now and actually make profit on those if they continue to keep going up, because we're losing on them. But if it's starting to rise and go up, then there's a good chance that if you grab in one of these, you could actually start making money on it. Or if it goes down a bit, you're not going to lose as much as what we are, and there's a good chance it can go back up because it's down at a low point right now. So that's just a little tip for you. But again, my disclaimer is if you do invest with us, we cannot guarantee that they are going to stay in profit. But what we do is when we see these in profit, even though we're at a loss, whatever profit is made on this, if it's over 20%, we will sell our profit. And that actual deficit that we have up the top of miners is actually going to change, because we're going to actually sell some of these profit margins, which actually gives us what you call some buying power back. And what I like about Webull is, and we'll show you that as well, Webull actually gives you the chance that, say if you put in $100. Now, usually it takes a while to process. If someone actually puts in $100 in a lot of the other platforms, you can't trade until it's been approved. And sometimes that could take up to 3 days or even up to 6 days, depending on how things are going. So you can't trade. Well, Webull gives you an opportunity of having buying power. So what that basically means is when you actually purchase from your account and transfer into Webull $100, it becomes buying power of $100. That means when it's buying power, that you can actually purchase without it being approved. Okay, so when you have that buying power in there, right now we're going to have to sell some to be actually bring our buying power back up and all, because we just actually what we do, because if you're seeing us in the red, when we're in profit, we turn it over and go into another share and put more in that are going down, and that's why it continues to go down like 41% or so, because we're investing our profit back into our portfolio. We're not taking it out and putting it out of the bank and taking the money. We're investing it back into the portfolio, into the shares that are losing again, hoping they're going to take off and extraordinarily take off, which will put our deficit very highly quickly back up in the green when the time comes. So this will continue to stay in the red as a deficit. When we make a profit and we see a profit on any of these, like I said, if it goes up like over $20, we'll sell out. And it's so easy to do. We'll just show you how easy it is to do. Is you'll see, like you say, if we want to sell, and I don't want to sell right now $4.41, but I could say, if I click on that now, you'll actually see that I sell to close. And if I wanted to sell that right now, I could sell it at the buying rate, which is right now asking it's $2. Okay. So I could tell it to sell right now and click on that and sell to close. If I click on that, you'll see that now it's worth $1.31, and I have 49 of them if you have a look there. But I could change that right now, and I could change that and say I want to sell 2 of those. Okay, and I'm only going to make well, actually, it was almost $6, wasn't it? $5 profit. So let's say I'm going to sell 4 of these, and then I'll hit OK, and it'll tell me exactly how much I'm going to make in estimated value of $5.24. So it's extended hours, and time in force is the day. For the day, it'll expire after the actual market closes. So you hit good till cancelled, and as soon as it hits that required mark, it will literally sell it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I'm actually going to sell that. All right, and even though it's a small amount, I'm just showing you how to do it. I'm going to sell it. So if I hit sell, and I'm going to confirm it, you'll see now that it is sitting there waiting to be sold. All right, so if we go back into the thing, you'll see there's like an order, ATXI right now. I'm selling that when it gets at 1.31. That should sell. Okay, these ones I'm waiting to sell for these 2 here. So when they get to that point of where they are, then they'll go off and sell. Now, a good thing that you can do is when you do sell, is that it has a great opportunity for you to be able to put a cut on it of a loss, a profit. Take when there's a profit, or sell it when you're running at a loss. And the rule of thumb sometimes is if it's any more than 30%, bank it down to 30% of what the actual value is, and you can actually sell something at that price. And I'm just going to show again with this here. We have to just go across here because there's a profit here still. Now look, if you look on here, if I pull it across, and you'll see, sorry, you'll see if I move that over, that's how much I'm losing on these. Okay, I'm actually losing on those, actually all them shares, but you don't see that. You see the profit on the day of what they're actually making. It's when you can actually make money on it yourself. All right. So if I were to be selling, let's say TRKA, and I'm going to sell that, it's worth 15 cents right now. Okay. And these are like penny stocks. Be careful because these are going to get reverse split. If they go down any further, they reverse split and the value goes up, but the share, uh, the value of the share goes up, but the actual shares that you have go down and it works the same whether you're winning, whether you're losing. It doesn't really matter. It just makes it appear that your shares in value have gone up, but in case they haven't. So if we go to TRK and I'll say, well, I want to sell this and I want to sell it, take profit and stop loss. Okay, so I'm going to hit take profit and I'm going to say my profit order that I'm going to change this, that I'm going to sell this when it hits. I'm going to sell all my shares when it hits. Right now it's 15 cents a share. Okay. 15 cents a share, and my market value is 131, and I'm going to sell it when it's $1. So I will sell all my shares when it hits $1. This is just giving you an idea, right? So I'm showing you that at $1, and my stop price itself is at 14 cents. Well, you can drop that and say, all right, my stop price, if at 30% of the 15 cents, and let's just say we're going to say, all right, my stop price will be at 12. So if my stop price is at 12 and it goes down to that 30% down, then it will automatically sell at that price. Okay, so if I hit next, it's going to tell me now of how many, if I want to sell them all or I only want to sell a few of them and keep some in. It's all up to you in quantity what you want to put in here. Okay, so if I would say I'm going to do this and it's going to tell me, and hopefully it doesn't do it, but I have it there ready to go to place order. Now I'm not going to place the order, and you can do it for the day, and if it doesn't actually make that in the day, then it'll cancel out. Or you can do it for good till cancelled. In other words, it has to hit that price, then it'll automatically sell, whether it be a day or two or a week or two. If it gets down, if it continues to keep going, you might continue to make profit on it, okay? But your stop price will stop you from losing any more than 30% on that share. I don't actually do that because I continue to buy in when they go down. But a good rule of thumb is that a lot of investors, if they get up to that 25% loss or 30% loss, they usually cut their losses and get out and use that other money to buy something else. And hopefully that 30% that they lost, they can make back on some other share. But again, we're not mind readers. We don't have a magical crystal ball to prove if it's actually going to go up or go down. But what we can prove and show you is the method that we are doing right now on our live. We're literally showing you the ones that are making profit at this particular time that we have actually made a loss on. So that could be in your favor and not lose as much as what we are. Gradually, it's coming back for us because we're actually purchasing those profits ourselves. So our portfolio is basically going down very slowly, but then we go invest it back into something else that's losing, so then it goes back into the red even further. So bear with us the way we work it. You don't have to do it that way, but that's the way we do it. All right. So there's an easy way of how to buy and sell, and it's just this system is Webull is just gives you everything you need to know. It gives you a history of how much money you put in, the transfers. It gives you a summary of profits and losses of the day. So you can look at it and say, oh, well, I need to find some information. It gives you all the different actually indexes, the stock exchanges that are going up and down. It gives you a list of that. For some reason this just went off on me. But anyway, that means I'm going to stop this and that, and I'm going to go back onto the live because my actual live stream for that, even though this is running right now, I just lost my stream for the actual portfolio view. So I'll have to go off and you will see. Continue to watch, subscribe, and you'll continue to see our live view going. All right? I hope this helps you, and please subscribe with us, follow, and honestly, get into this Webull and get yourself 12 free fractional shares, up to 12 of them. And there's the link below. Just click on that, and I'm referring you. You will not get this unless I refer you, okay? You do not get this unless you actually click in and buy through my link, all right, and join through my link. Then you get that, all right?